Here. All right. Well, welcome everybody, and thank you for on such short notice cramming me into your schedule this evening. I'm sure there's other things that you could be doing, but I'm just curious, and I want to start by asking this question. So if you're muted, you might want to unmute yourself just because I'd love to hear a response. I'm just curious, is it just me? Or are any of the rest of you feeling some kind of weird pressure that you've got to be ready for something because something's getting ready to go down?
I do.
Yeah.
I do, Yvette.
Okay. Dory,
I do too.
what space are you sitting in these days, Dory?
So did you see my Facebook challenge, the 10-year Facebook challenge? And I wasn't going to put my picture because why do what everybody else does, right?
Oh, you never do.
Nah, I did one drum in 2009 and a ton of drums in 2019. And somebody even commented, build it and they will come.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And, you know, for whatever reason, Don and I got to take a little bit of a break a couple of weeks ago. And I think it was then that I started to feel the urgency that, again, I don't know what's going down. I don't know if it has anything to do with the government shutdown. I don't know if there's something else that unexpected that's going to hit. But somehow something's coming, and it's just like everything in my spirit is just be ready, be ready, be ready, be ready. And so I've been going back to all of my relationships and all of my past alliances and trying to make sure that I can put all the puzzle pieces together. And I'm even going back to the original Triangle Solutions Alliance business model that started in 2001 and trying to plug pieces into that. Because for whatever reason, I think it's going to be needed. And we, Women Leading from the Heart, most of you who are on here right now were not part of the original event. Right now, it's just me and Dory that were. So just to give you a little bit of a snapshot of why that happened. And, you know, it was in the election year, 2016. And Jill even jumped in. Yay! It was in 2016, and I had a friend of mine, the same one that ended up kicking me to Toronto last year. She kept saying, we need to do something in Washington, D.C. We have to make a statement. We have to, you know, somehow women have got to make a statement in D.C. that there's a better way than all of the craziness that was going on there at the time. And heck, now it's gotten even more crazy. So, you know, and somebody said something about a march, and I said, no, I'm not into marching. To me, when you're marching and just begging somebody else to create change, you're giving away the power that God gave us. And so, you know, we had a lot of discussions around that. And that was when I got this idea of having a group of women in Washington that could speak on the solutions they were creating. Because let's face it, there's a whole lot of places where there's gaps out here where we need more people creating new solutions and helping more people, because it ain't being done. We wouldn't have this chaos and craziness in the country if you know, government was doing what they should be doing. So that was kind of the beginning of it. And so 12 of us went to DC for a day. My dear darling husband was our chauffeur. We were very grateful for him.
Surrounded by women.
Surrounded by women. It was a van full of women, and he managed to survive those 2 days, and I'm very proud of him. He says he never got a tip, though. He's still upset about that. But anyway, and you know, so we stayed in an Airbnb house together in the DC area the night before. We had great conversation. We realized there was a lot of commonality in the group in terms of people's visions and some of the things they were working on. And so on the next day, we were at the Jefferson Memorial on the National Mall, and we had kind of a stage, and we had our microphones and our speakers, and we, for the whole day, we had everybody had a turn to get up and explain who they were, what they were doing, what kind of solutions they were creating, and putting out the call to other women to get on board, to get together, to collaborate, to make something good happen. And so that was the beginning of Women Leading from the Heart. And it kind of got a little bit discombobulated after that. We really wanted to see people working together and starting to collaborate together, because I think every one of you who's on here, we've talked about the power and the need for collaboration amongst people.
Yes.
But we saw right here in Raleigh that it was difficult for a lot of people to collaborate. Some people kind of sort of got some traction. I know Dory came out and helped over in Durham with Martina Dunford's summer camp program, where we were teaching entrepreneurship skills to some very challenged youth. Dory knows that a number of those kids were living in homeless shelters with a parent who was going through substance abuse counseling. So these were kids who were in some of the toughest places that you can possibly be. And so, you know, so we had several people. We had Darlena helped out at that camp. You know, so we did get some traction there with some folks working together. There was a little bit of effort that went into Raleigh as well with Tamisha Thomas, who's no longer part of the group, but she had some things going on as well that we had folks working with her for a while. So that was kind of the beginning of it all. And for whatever reason, it just feels imperative to me to grow this group at this point in time. So there's got to be growth. I want more women engaged in this group who are committed to not only creating solutions. We do not need to wait for politicians to figure stuff out. We are powerful women and we can create new solutions. And I think one of the biggest things we need to do is to get traction in North Carolina. Let people know that this is a growing movement of women who are saying, hey, you know, we're not messing with all you folks. We're out here doing stuff. And we want to attract additional women. We also have another group that is smaller at this point, but we are calling it Men on a Mission United, because there are guys out here with some big visions as well. And they're even harder to get to collaborate, believe it or not. But we're working on it and trying to grow that group of gentlemen as well. There's no reason that it has to be all about the women, but the women seem to be pulling it together a little quicker and a little bit more engaged and willing to do some things. So I'm just wanting everybody to, you know, let me know, you know, whether or not you really and truly feel good, feel compelled to be a part of this group. Because, you know, I want people who are going to find ways to collaborate with each other. I want people to come together. I'm committed to being here on Friday evenings, even if it's just for a half an hour. And if people want to come together and kind of network and talk to each other and get to know a little bit more about each other and what each other is doing, anything we can do to support each other on social media, anything we can do to support each other in any events that we've got going on, all of those kinds of things are crucial in terms of building the energy of this group. And again, you know, this group is by invitation only. So either I have to invite somebody to be here, or one of you could invite somebody to be here if you know other women who are doing amazing things and, you know, should get involved and become part of this collaborative. I've been talking to people in the last few weeks about the possibility of like collaborative advertising for this group. I've been talking to somebody about possibly doing social media for us as a group and helping to, you know, lift the group together. All of these kinds of things are in the works. And I think one of the things that I'm becoming fairly clear about is I need to be finding churches to speak in at this point in time, but I don't want to be there by myself. I want members of this group coming out to churches with me and speaking, because this is absolutely a spiritual effort. If you haven't looked at womanleadingfromtheheart.club, please do go there and make sure you know what's on that site, because our whole purpose page talks about a belief in a creator and that we are made in the image and likeness of a creator, so we should be creating too. And, talking about those kinds of things is, I think it's central. I've been telling people recently, it keeps coming out of my mouth, that I feel like as a species, we've been spiritually hijacked by too many things and too many people. And Don and I are also doing something on Saturday mornings. We're going to play around with Facebook Live tomorrow and see what happens. But we've started a web page or a page on Facebook that's called In the Spirit of Business. Because in my opinion, business is one of the most spiritual activities you can ever get involved in, if it's done well. It's not about greed. It's about creating value. It's not about using people. It's about helping people. And that's the true nature of business. And so that's what Don and I want to put out here in more and more places to help people understand, whatever you think business is, let's talk about what it is at its root and at its core. Don and I have also done presentations as part of my Wake Tech class recently. And we're telling people, network marketing is a perfect reflection of the golden rule. And if you don't get that, then you need to sit down and talk to us and understand, because you succeed in network marketing as you help others succeed, you succeed. And so where else do you find such a great example of the golden rule? So these are all things that Don and I will be addressing in the Spirit and Business Saturdays. And, we invite you to go find that Facebook page if you're not attached to it. We'd love to have you come out there as well. So, I would love to know, God, my brain's moving too fast. I'm sorry, my mouth can't keep up. I love my support structure.
I can see the spirit of Christmas behind you, Cheyenne. I see Santa Claus behind you.
Oh my God! I never took that. Oh, Don took down the decorations.
Oh, that one on the wall. Hey, you see that?
Oh, that's too funny.
Sorry about that. Ho, ho, ho.
Leave it to Jill to notice.
Yeah.
She's a very detailed, observant lady, to say the least. So,
but I'm glad to see you're pushing things there in North Carolina with the group again.
yes.
There's amazing women there, and definitely ones that lead with the heart. And this is a great movement. So, and so is the guys. You guys, just keep it going.
Yeah, that's it. And for those of you who have never heard of Jill Reed, she's an amazing lady in St. Louis. She actually drove from St. Louis to DC to be with us. So,
St. Louis now.
Yeah, you're still there, right?
I'm temporarily. I'm in Wyoming right now, and then I'm headed out to LA for a big event this coming weekend.
Okay.
And got some work to go back to Dallas to do. So I'm everywhere.
You're
That's me. I can be everywhere.
Absolutely.
I'm doing some business here right now, so.
Well, and what most people don't know is that, because anybody who ever runs for office as an independent or a non-traditional party, you'll never hear of them. Jill Reed actually ran for president in 2012, and my husband actually ran for governor in 2012.
Wow.
But nobody would ever know that because, we're not part of the two-party system, and I choose not to be because I don't think they're being effective.
Right.
So that's
like
just
that the media flat shut me down. They said we're not interested in third-party candidates.
That's right.
Wow.
That's what Don was told too.
Yep.
So
Me
if you think there's truly fairness in the political system, think again.
Not.
But anyway, so back to the idea that there's a need to, I just feel this push to move forward more. One of the things that I want to be able to do for everybody who is an official member of Women Leading from the Heart is I want to help you build your tribe of supporters. And so if you all have at one point or another had one of the iWebitool accounts where I asked you to create a video that talks about your purpose, your passion, what you're here to do. And some of you still have that web page active, some of you don't. If you don't have that kind of a tool, then I need you to give me another tool to be able to send supporters to you. Martina's not here tonight, but I have run into so many people around town in the last couple of months who want to help her with the at-risk youth in Durham. And I've just been typing their information right into her database so that she's building an email list of supporters. So I need that from everybody. And if you don't have, if you choose not to have iWebitool, then I need some place that I can go and put that information for you to help build your tribe. The other piece of it all is that I'm asking people, you know, I'm getting ready to really put out some energy here to help support all of you because I believe in your visions, I believe in what you're doing. And so one of the things that I am asking for, and I'm not very good at asking for, is support from all of you. So iWebitool is a simple way that you can support me while I support you. It's the $12.50 a month investment that gives you an additional web page and an internet marketing tool and the ability for me to help you build an email list. If that's not something that you feel you need because you've already got it covered some other way, that's great. Then I just ask people to find some other way to support. Don and I are selling over 12,000 different products right now. If there's not some way that you can figure out how to support us through a purchase that will benefit you, whether it's health and wellness, whether it's legal or identity theft, or whether it's just using the iWebitool system, then, you know, it's a challenge. I mean, we have to build residual income to be able to be out here and have the freedom to do these things. And we want you guys to build residual income too, because the more residual income you build, the more freedom you will have to do the things that your heart's calling you to do. And that's a big piece. So please, if you've let your iWebitool die and you don't have another way for me to be able to give leads to you, because understand, you can use those leads for anything. You can use them to build your own iWebitool team. You can use them to build your own network marketing program. You can use them, they will be leads that could be coaching leads. They could be speaking leads. They could be all of these things. Because again, as I find these people that seem to be in the same vision space as you, I want to connect them direct to you. And I have to have an easy way to do it because I'm just out here being the super connector now. And every day, everywhere I go, I'm thinking, okay, this person needs to meet this person needs to go there. So if you have the iWebitool, you will start to see names pop up in your email as I send people to you. So just know that's a tool that can be a powerful tool for you. And if you don't feel you can support the team effort that Don and I are putting out that way, then let's talk and see if there's another way that you can do it. So that was the other piece, because yes, I am going to start looking for places to go and speak about the concept of living your song. And I want you guys there with me to be able to speak about what your song is and what you're doing to create change so that we can have more health, wealth, and peace in the world. That's the bottom line of it. If it's to be, it's up to us.
It's true.
We can't wait for all these people.
Time to take over the social good programs.
Yes, that's about it. Because they're not doing as much social good as we wish they did.
Well, no,
That's
they're
true.
supposed to do it. Government job, it's ours.
It is ours. We're the ones.
And you got a protection budget going, they're not going to be doing the social. So we can do it. You guys are awesome in North Carolina, so do it. I know those powerhouses.
And I thank you for your support with that, Jill. And I still want to see you getting more involved with us somehow. Huh?
I'm going to learn some amazing stuff this next weekend from two powerhouses.
Awesome.
You've heard of Joel Bauer before.
Oh my goodness, you're going to one of his events?
I am going to one that only 40 people in the world are invited that get to go. They hand selected them.
Holy cow.
Know how to use those wonderful tools that built the page that you guys used for Women Leading from the Heart.
Gotcha.
Leads, big time.
All right. Well, see, we're definitely going to draw your skills and knowledge in here, my dear, because you know we've got to pump this thing up.
All right, so I have a quick question, if I can jump in.
Please do, please do.
Sure. When
Karen,
these leads,
gave it to you, but now there's so much more to it. So I'm going to go learn it all and be branded in the whole thing, and it's not going to be the same.
Okay.
So you can do it.
Dory's got a question. So Dory, shoot.
yeah, about the leads that come in, how will you identify what they're looking for? Are they going to be asking questions like, I'm looking for a speaker, or I'm looking to contribute, or how will you divvy them up or redirect them?
Well, the leads that I'm getting right now are not that generic, okay? So when I'm talking to people and anything that we do, we're probably going to end up having to run campaigns out here that are all, you know, that focus on different people. Like we've got Tammy and Dory here right now. I call you both musical healers. You know, Tammy's a singer and she's doing a lot of healing things, and Dory heals through her drumming. So, you know, if somebody is in need of healing of some sort, you know, I'm going to be either giving that to both of you to be able to talk to, or just trying to get a sense of, are they going to be somebody who's going to resonate more with what Tammy's doing or what Dory's doing? You know, and quite honestly, leads should be in with you two in each other's database, because I want you guys building a database where you can email people and be able, because that's my other concern. A lot of us are relying heavily on Facebook, and Facebook, God bless them for whatever they're doing and for whatever reasons, but they are making it so that fewer and fewer and fewer people see what you are doing business-wise on Facebook.
Tell me about it.
So that's why along with that, we have to build an email database so we can stay in direct contact with the people who are interested in working with us, supporting us, or maybe even being part of our vision. So that's my other concern is, you know, too many, and Facebook's not the only one. I mean, YouTube is making it harder for businesses to be heard. They're all making it harder for businesses to be heard. So we need to build the email lists. So that's all that I wanted to share with you guys. And if you guys,
sorry to interrupt, but I'm going to run because I'm back home and I'm going to go have dinner with my NeoThink sister, Dawn.
Okay.
I do want to know, I wanted you to know that I plan on being very supportive of the group with what I'm going to learn.
Yes.
And also, Dory, my son and I were talking about you last night because of the drumming. Because I told about you when we were in Washington, D.C., and he's like, I've got to start drumming again. And
There
I
we
said,
go.
and he says, what was that lady all about with the drums, you know? And so
Hey, tell him I'm playing the full drum set now. You're never too old and it's never too late to rock what you got.
right.
That's where I was all day today. I was teaching private drum lessons on the full drum kit. So yeah.
All right, go Dory. I love it. Well, all I want from everybody is I just want to make sure you guys, first of all, look at your listings on Women Leading from the Heart. Make sure you're happy with them. If you want me to modify something, let me know. Second, let me know if you really do want to commit to be a part of this group and to be part of this movement, to you know, empower more people to be involved, be the change that we want to see. We are the change. And also, you know, just let me know what you're thinking about in terms of how you can support the effort as this effort is supporting you. Those are the important things. I will plan on being here again next Friday night. For those of you who don't understand a lot about iWebAtool, do know that on my YouTube page, there's videos. There's a whole bunch of videos about iWebAtool and how that works. I will do some more Zoom meetings to kind of help people to understand more about how that tool works and help make it work for you, because it's an important part of your big vision of what you want to accomplish while you're still dancing on this planet. So,
Well, good. That's good. I was going to ask that about the iWebAtool, how to use it. And then you're talking about your YouTube page. There's several pages, but what specific is the URL? I'm not sure. What is it listed as on YouTube?
Well, everybody has a specific, well, not on YouTube, I've got videos teaching you how to do it. But in terms of your specific iWebAtool page, I believe yours is iWebAtool.net/Factor Services.
Yeah, I have that, but I need more. I was going to go to wherever you were going, where you said that you had on YouTube where you had the videos to learn more. So
Yes.
my question is, how do I get to that particular section?
It's under iClub Biz. It's the iClub Biz playlist on Cheyenne Kramer.
Okay, that's what I need.
Okay, there you go. So that is all that I had to share. Anybody have any thoughts or any ideas or any comments that they want to share? It's funny, this usually times out in 40 minutes. This must be a power group, because I just got this notice saying you've been given unlimited minutes for
I
this.
was wondering how you did that.
Awesome.
I don't know how y'all did that. Comments? Are you guys feeling this? Are you feeling like it's time to move, or am I the
Well,
only
yeah, Shane, you'd be
Yeah.
pleased to know that something I have been doing when I'm networking is, well, you remember back in the day, I used to book and manage local bands, and they would always have sponsors that paid them. So now when I'm going to networking events, I'll just mention, hey, by the way, I also have a drumming ministry, and that drumming ministry needs to be funded because there's a lot of nonprofits that want me to come out and speak or drum or whatever, and they can't afford to pay me. So you can sponsor a child or you can sponsor the whole program. So I just started.
What kind of feedback I know you said it just started. I can't hear you.
Yeah. That way they know that what they get in exchange for the sponsorship, as far as, me splashing their logo and their links all over the place and mentioning, who's sponsoring the program. Just like my drumming classes that are at the community center, a lot of people see that they're free and they think I'm doing this for free. No, Fuquay is sponsoring those classes, which means they are paying me to be there.
Right.
So it's free to everybody else, but I'm being paid for my time and talent and all that, as it should be. You can't keep giving everything away for free. I did that for 2 years, so I'm good. But yeah, so a lot of local entrepreneurs, for a low price of, whatever, $150 a class or whatever, you could sponsor a class for $2,400. You could sponsor an 8-week program with me and another artist. So it depends on what level you would like to enter into, and the more money they come in as, the more perks they get. This is exactly what I used to do when I would sponsor huge Battle of the Bands events.
Awesome.
So just trying to transfer that model over, and people seem to be interested, so we'll see.
Sounds good. And I love that you're calling it a drumming ministry, because, Don and I are talking about our healing ministry that involves a lot of the emotional trauma release work that we're doing, and Tammy's got a healing ministry. So we've got, and I know that Teresa, who's here, she's doing various forms of helping people to heal who have been through the same kind of traumas that she's been through. In fact, Tammy and Teresa may have some interesting conversations to share somewhere along the line. But that's part of the undercore also of Women Leading from the Heart. We're all helping people to heal. So, that's a huge component too, and it's so needed, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Yes, and Yvette, my goodness, Yvette, you've got more healing stories than anybody I've met in recent times, and I hope you're ready to get out here and talk to people about their love walk, because you've got
I
to
am.
preach into people about that self-care and loving yourself as so that you can effectively love others.
That's right. I am. I'm with you, Cheyenne.
Okay. Any questions? Any comments? Are you guys ready to go out here and let people know that it's time for them to be the change?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we just need to go do it.
Yes.
That is so true.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, I am honored to be in all of your presence, because I think every single one of you are amazing people. And again, I want you to be on the lookout. If there are other women that you know who are out here creating solutions, please recommend them to me. Let me know who you think should be in this group, because it's got to expand. It's got to grow.
Okay.
And I just know we're going to have a lot of amazing women working together here in the very near future.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well,
Sounds good to me.
I'm going to let you guys get back to your Friday evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You will hear from me every Friday, letting you know that there is a Zoom going on, and I'll try to give you a heads up on what we'll be talking about. And be on the lookout. If you guys become aware of any churches or anywhere else where we could bring a group together and be able to even start to find ways to speak as a group. I
Okay.
think we've got some powerful messages here, and it's time for more people to hear them.
Now the question is it going to be at 7:30 on Friday?
I'm not sure. Is there a
Okay.
time that would be better for you? This time happened to work for me tonight. My schedule has been so slammed, so I was really impressed that as many of you were able to come at this time as you were. So I thank you for that. But
Where you pull? I'm not sure of the time. I guess we can work with everybody else. But also, where are you putting the recordings at? Are you
the
sitting?
recordings will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. So
Okay.
on my YouTube channel, you see the iClub playlist, which is where all the iWebitool information is. And then I've just created a playlist today for women leading from the heart. So that's where it'll be. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Cool deal, ladies. Well, you guys have an awesome weekend, and let me know how I can be of service. And I'm going to be working on ways to help get us some collaborative publicity, and hopefully some places where we can be heard.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Cheyenne, do you have a moment?
What was that? Too many talked at once. I couldn't hear you. Somebody asked a question.
I was going to ask Cheyenne, do you have a moment afterwards to talk about longevity? I have some questions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. You want to stay on here, or you want to get on the phone? Because I got unlimited time here now.
I can stay on this. This will work.
Okay. Perfect. Anybody else have any questions?
I'm good. I got to run, but it's
you a
great to
message,
see everybody.
I gotta get back.
Take
I gotta
care.
get back to work, Cheyenne.
All right. Thank you, Teresa.
You're
Take
welcome.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
See you
Bye,
guys.
everybody. And Cheyenne, I'm gonna shoot you a message, okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Bye-bye, everyone. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Tammy.
Okay.
All right, my dear. So chat away. What is?
All right.
Where are we?
Question. The guy I'm dating, he liked to see the presentation, or you talk about the compensation on longevity and how that works and all. I can't remember. So we was wondering if there was a time that we could get together, even doing something like this Zoom, because he's in Roanoke Rapids, that we can sit down and watch, go through the presentation aspect, and so we can see that. And so I want him to get a better understanding of it as well, because I'm trying to get him involved.
I understand. And we can do that if that is the way you would like. Just so that you know, Youngevity has given us an incredible app to use. And I know that there's a compensation plan in the app where I can actually, through your phone number, which I already have in my phone, I can just be able to text you a link that either is a video or it might be a document of it. So that's a place we could start. If you've got, if you wanted to then forward that to him, you could. And that would be one thing. So you could take a look at it.
We'll start with that. We'll start with that.
Know what kind of questions you got. And then if you want to set a time to get together, we can do that.
Okay, so do I just go out to the App Store and search Youngevity?
Well, what have you done anything about upgrading to a distributor?
No, I'm going to do that tomorrow to make sure I get all that done.
All right. Well, as soon as you do that, the app will be available to you. So I got the app, but I'm going to be able to send you a text message from the app that will have the compensation information embedded in it.
Okay.
All right. So you'll get a text message from me, and I have to go back and look because it may be a couple of different videos, it may be a document, or it may be both. So I'll see what I've got, and I will text that to you.
Okay, and then once I get do my distributorship and make sure I understand all the apps and stuff like that, so that I can also do the same thing with other people.
Yes, because the app is amazing, and you know, most of the network marketing companies are charging people anywhere from $10 to $20 a month to have this kind of app, and Youngevity is giving it to us for free. So
that's awesome.
It is, and you can put your contacts right into the app, and anybody that is of interest, you know, has any interest, you can send them a video, you can send them.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, it's amazing to be able to just text to people like that.
Oh, that's awesome. I used to do Amway, and they had an app, but they charge for everything.
Oh yeah. Well, and
it became very expensive.
Giving us more and more, and they're not charging for it. It's just been mind blowing to see some of the stuff they've been giving us. So,
yeah, I'm gonna go and get my distributor set up because I'm gonna make sure I need to understand where I can advertise, how I can advertise. Is there any restrictions? If I'm telling people about this product, is it okay to do a booth at a flea market or the church or something like that, or different events, health things? So I just need to know what all I can do.
Well, we've been out there doing them, so I don't think there's no problem with any of that. Just like
great.
I have never seen anything written that there's restrictions on selling the individual sticks.
Awesome. Awesome.
I have not seen the level of restrictions. I mean, obviously, Youngevity is traded on NASDAQ. So they are an open book. And obviously, you can't go out here and make health claims online.
No, definitely no health claims. You're just going to tell, hey, this has worked for me.
Yep. And, and the reason I love the documentary is because it's so logical, it's so data driven, it's so research driven that people they're like, oh my God, I can't argue with this. and that's the beauty of it. It's like, okay, I don't want you to buy me, buy Dr. Wallach. If you buy who he is and what he's done, and then I'll tell you what these products have done for me, just understand he's the man who founded these products. So,
right. And the documentary, is that on YouTube too? Or is this only? It's
not on YouTube, but there is a website link. So if you wanted your gentleman friend to watch it, all you have to do is send him to joelwallachdocumentary.com.
Is it Joel, Joel?
Yes. And then
Wallach, Wallek?
No, ACH. WALLACH.
Okay.
So joelwallachdocumentary.com.
Okay, that's good.
So yeah, he can watch it at his own leisure. So
that would be good for him to see, because sometimes me explain it, sometimes it's best to hear from somebody else.
Yes. Well, and network marketing is built on the base of third-party referral, right?
Exactly. People are more receptive to hear from other people.
Exactly. So that's why love it when I can
I'm
get
going.
somebody to watch that movie.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely gonna do my distributorship and stuff, and start buying like products that has their name on. Like they have water bottles with their name on it and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yes.
So that way you can take those around, and people's like, "What's that?"
Yep.
That's a way of advertising as well.